One of the biggest upgrades for this here Moto One Vision handset compared with Motorola's Moto One from last year is that upgraded camera tech with a fresh new 48 megapixel primary lens slapped on the back. Complete with built-in optical image stabilisation and a secondary 5 megapixel depth sensor, this smartphone snapper seems to punch well above its weight as far as the hardware goes, at least for this £300 price point. So is Motorola's latest Android One handset also one of the best camera phones to be found for under 300 quid? Well, I've been testing out the Moto One Vision for a full week now, and here is my in-depth camera review. And for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So as usual with Motorola phones, you can quick load that camera app with a double wrist twist, although it's not actually that quick if you're a soppy old git with knackered joints like me, in which case you're probably best off just tapping that camera icon. Either way, you'll probably want to pause before you actually shoot a photo, because the autofocus is disappointingly slow to react here on the One Vision, and it's often easy just to tap the screen to manually force that focus into action. Once you finally do get latched onto your subject, the results on full auto mode are usually pretty decent, as long as the lighting conditions are fine. Color capture is as close to natural as you'll get at this sort of price point, and while you can't actually capture a 48 megapixel image, my 12 megapixel test pics were still detailed enough to look perfectly sharp when beamed up to a bloody big display. If you're trying to shoot against the light, then you might want to think again. Bright skies often come out oversaturated, while windows cause similar issues. The HDR chops of the Moto One Vision simply aren't quite good enough to cope, although it is rare for a shot to be so bad that it's best off scrapped. And in low light, the Motorola blower struggles as much as any other smartphone around this sort of price point. You can expect quite grainy, dark results in full auto. You do have a night mode that you can swap to at any point, and this does help to brighten things up a bit, but any lighter elements will still be oversaturated, so definitely the likes of the Honor smartphones are better in that regard. Of course, it's completely obligatory these days for camera phones to offer a form of portrait mode, which adds a background blur, bokeh style effect and other jazzy funkiness whenever you're shooting a fellow human. The One Vision does a decent enough job of figuring out your victim's silhouette and applying the intended effect. You can actually choose the severity of the background blur and change it afterwards as well in the editing tool if you're still not happy. And you can also bleed the background color or go for a range of studio finishes, which are often balked by tricky things like hair, the same as they are in basically every other handset. And I still quite like Motorola's unique spot color feature as well, which can isolate a single color in your shot and then turn everything else monochrome. This works surprisingly well despite the occasional bit of jankiness for those arty-farty pics to impress the in-laws. You also have a selection of manual controls to hand as well if you want to fiddle with the ISO level, white balance and other bits yourself. These all work as expected, showing a representation of the results in real time, so you know if you're going a bit overboard with anything. And on top of that, Motorola has also loaded some AI smarts onto the Moto One Vision, which is something that we first saw emerge on the likes of the Moto G7 Plus. So as before, the phone can crop into your photos to satisfy the law of thirds and also perform some minor rotations to level things out or make them look all jazzy when needed. Don't worry though, because your original shot is saved alongside the updated edited one, just in case you're not a fan of the results. And that's probably just as well, because quite a few of these tweaked pics came out rather slightly absolutely terrifying. Kind of like a demonic spirit had angry sex with the Incredible Hulk, and then this was the offspring. In addition, the Moto One Vision will suggest switching to a different camera mode, just like it is down here, if it reckons it will result in a better looking pic. In my testing, this always seemed to make very wise suggestions, and if you don't like being pestered by it, no worries, you can just knock it off right here in the settings. Off ye bugger. On the video front, you can shoot up to 4K resolution footage at 30 frames per second, or Full HD at up to 60 frames per second. I stuck mostly with 4K because that Ultra HD capture makes for some crisp, good-looking home movie action with nice, lush colours. Although once again that focus occasionally struggled, popping as you move about the place. Stabilisation ain't great at that 4K level either, however, so you're gonna be walking and shooting at the same time. Well, I definitely recommend chucking it onto Full HD instead. Around the front of the Moto One Vision, you have a 25 megapixel front firing selfie camera with an f2.0 aperture. It's just a single pinhole camera setup, no separate depth sensor and no separate LED flash either, unlike the original Moto One. It's much the same story with this front-facing shooter as with the back. Photos tend to come out well as long as the conditions aren't challenging, with good looking colours and sharp enough detail for the deed. Strong lighting can ruin a shot, however, and the portrait mode should be used sparingly. Even without any hair to confuse the wee chappy, my One Vision still struggled to properly define my silhouette without that dedicated depth sensor. And using that front-facing camera, you can shoot up to Full HD resolution video as well, with very similar results. That's my full review of the Moto One Vision's camera tech and its main features after a week of use. As you can see, despite the fact it's called the One Vision, the camera is obviously a priority feature. It is a little bit disappointing in places, especially with the likes of the autofocus being a bit balked, and the likes of Honor smartphone rivals will offer a better result at night time. Now, if you want to see what I think of the rest of the Moto One Vision, go check out my full Motorola Moto One Vision review live right now. And for more on the latest greatest mobile tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers!